Well, snakes are among the most dangerous creatures on the planet, and nobody wants to be attacked by a snake. It's bound to be a pretty painful and miserable experience. But sadly, it's something some people do end up facing. For most of us, our encounters with snakes are limited to zoo visits. We walk around, glance at a few behind the glass, and appreciate their unusual features. However, if you ever come face to face with snakes in the wild or on their home turf, you'll quickly see how much more aggressive they become in real life. In this video, we'll look at 15 unbelievable snake attacks caught on camera that will leave you in shock. Number 15. Giant python found underground. Some snakes hide in trees, some in tall grass, but in Vietnam, a group of hunters discovered one hiding beneath the earth itself. Well, like for real, while surveying land for possible reptile sightings, they started digging after spotting unusual signs of movement. What they unearthed was super astonishing. A massive python burrowed underground, perfectly camouflaged among roots and soil. It wasn't just big, it looked like it had just eaten and was tucked in for a long, quiet nap. The size alone was shocking, stretching over several meters, thick-bodied and heavy, with the slow, deliberate movements of something that knows it doesn't need to rush. The hunters handled it with care, knowing full well a snake that large isn't just powerful, it's unpredictable. Scenes like this show how easily snakes can vanish in plain sight and how effortlessly they can reappear when you least expect them. Whether hunting or hiding, they've mastered the art of survival in a way that keeps even seasoned trackers on their toes. Number 14. Mother python attacks a zookeeper. Jay Brewer, a well-known reptile handler, found himself in a high-stakes moment during a 2021 video when he attempted to remove eggs from a protective mother python. From the second he got close, her body language screamed, "Don't even think about it." Jay moved carefully, but that wasn't enough. As soon as he leaned in, the mama python snapped forward, lightning fast, lunging to protect her clutch. Jay's reflexes saved him from a full bite, but it was a narrow escape. This wasn't aggression for the sake of it, it was pure maternal instinct in action. Reptiles might not show emotion the way mammals do, but their drive to protect their offspring is no less fierce. What looks like a calm animal 1 second can become terrifyingly fast and lethal the next. This video proves you don't need venom to be dangerous. Sometimes all it takes is being in the wrong place when a mother thinks you're threatening her young. So, Jay learned a good lesson. Number 13. Python bites Chinese tourist mid-kiss. In 2016, a 29-year-old beautiful female tourist visiting a wildlife zoo in Phuket, Thailand, made a choice that would end badly. During an up-close experience with a reticulated python, she leaned in to kiss the snake for a photo. A second later, it struck, biting her face hard and fast. She fell back in shock, clutching her cheek as blood began to flow. Onlookers rushed to help, and zookeepers quickly pried the python off. Reports confirmed she was treated at a local hospital and later received approximately $3,700 in compensation. Reticulated pythons aren't venomous, but their jaws are lined with razor-sharp teeth, and when they feel threatened, they respond with force. In this case, the snake had no interest in affection. It was reacting on instinct. What should have been a fun memory became a painful reminder of how quickly things can go wrong. Animals don't read body language the same way humans do. A smile and a kiss, that's not communication, it's proximity. And sometimes, that's enough. So give kisses to those who don't bite. Number 12. The venom extraction failed. George Van Horn wasn't new to handling snakes. At Reptile World Serpentarium in St. Cloud, Florida, he had extracted venom from rattlesnakes countless times. But in 2010, one session didn't go as planned. As George moved in to milk the venom from a western diamondback, the snake struck faster than he anticipated, sinking its fangs into his hand. The pain was instant. Despite being surrounded by anti-venom and trained staff, it was a moment of real danger. This wasn't a fluke. It was a reminder that even the most experienced professionals can't afford to let their guard down, not for a second. George received immediate treatment, and the bite wasn't fatal, but the entire encounter was a wake-up call. No showmanship, no drama, just a brutal reaction from a creature doing what it does best. For viewers, it's an eye-opener. Handling venomous snakes isn't a stunt. It's a job where a split-second lapse can mean blood, panic, or worse. Number 11. Rabbit defends her babies. A rabbit may look soft and harmless, but when her young are in danger, that gentle exterior vanishes in an instant. They become more aggressive than Tejas. In this intense footage from 2015, a black rat snake wraps around a baby rabbit preparing for an easy meal. The snake, slow and steady in its attack, doesn't notice what's coming. Just seconds later, the mother rabbit charges in, relentless and focused. There's no hesitation, just fury. She pounces, bites, and claws with everything she's got, pushing the snake back again and again. It tries to slither away, but she doesn't let up until it's far from her baby. The snake finally retreats, defeated and humiliated. It's the kind of moment that flips your view of rabbits entirely. There's nothing fragile about a mother on defense. No matter the odds or the size of the threat, she makes it clear nothing's going to touch her babies without a fight. The clip is raw, real, and unforgettable. Number 10. Brave dog fights off king cobra. Spotting a 12-foot king cobra slithering into your backyard isn't exactly anyone's idea of a normal day, but one fearless dog wasn't about to retreat. Instead of backing down, this pup stood his ground and challenged the massive snake head-on. The standoff was tense, coiled with danger, but before things escalated, another dog jumped in to back him up. Together, the two canines managed to corner and overwhelm the cobra, eventually forcing it to retreat. If you've ever doubted the loyalty or courage of dogs, this clip puts that to rest. Facing a venomous predator takes more than just bark. It takes real guts. And yet these dogs didn't flinch. They moved as a unit, instinctively protecting each other and their territory. It's not just about survival, it's about that unspoken bond animals share when something bigger threatens their own. In the face of something deadly, these dogs didn't hesitate. They didn't wait. They fought back and won. What would you do if you came face to face with one of these cuties? Number 9. Pet snake attacks woman. People often treat pet snakes like exotic cats or parrots, elegant, quiet, and easy to handle. But even the calmest snake can snap, and when they do, they don't give a warning. In this 2020 video, a woman is casually handling her pet python when it suddenly strikes and coils around her body with terrifying strength. She tries to stay composed, but it's clear she's losing blood fast. Someone nearby attempts to step in, but the python tightens even more, refusing to release its grip. The tension escalates fast and panic starts to settle in as they struggle to control the situation. It's a jarring reminder that no matter how tame a snake might seem, its instincts are still wired for survival, not affection. This wasn't a wild predator, it was her pet, and yet it still turned on her in seconds. The clip doesn't need drama or suspense, it's just real danger caught in the moment. That's the brutal honesty of keeping an animal that can kill. Number 8. Diamondback rattlesnake in a pond. Cole and Jay, the YouTube duo known for filming their wild fishing adventures, had no idea they were about to stumble into something way more dangerous than a big catch. While filming one of their usual river trips, Cole spotted something odd beneath the surface. Curious, she reached down, only to come face to face with a diamondback rattlesnake swimming inches from her hand. The snake wasn't impressed by the intrusion, and without warning, bit Cole as she held it up for the camera. The footage even captured her voice mid-shock, trying to laugh it off while blood dripped down her fingers. Despite the scare, the couple stayed pretty calm and finally released the snake back into the water. Luckily for Cole, the snake was non-venomous, though she still ended up needing a few stitches. It's a solid reminder that even when you're just out having fun, nature doesn't play by your rules. One wrong move in the wild, and things can get serious, fast. Number 7. Anaconda attacks capybara in the wild. A 6-meter-long anaconda slinking through the water doesn't need stealth. It's a natural ambush predator. In a powerful 2009 wildlife clip, this particular giant set its sights on a capybara, South America's heavyweight rodent. Capybaras may weigh over 100 pounds, but they're no match for an anaconda once the coils close in. The snake approached silently, then wrapped its body with brutal precision, cutting off the capybara's air in seconds. There's no venom involved, just crushing force. Once locked in, it's over. The rodent thrashed and kicked, but it couldn't escape. The snake simply held tighter until everything went still. It's not entertainment. It's the food chain, filmed in real time. Watching something that size vanish into the snake's stomach is both fascinating and unsettling. It's also a stark look at how nature operates: unforgiving, strategic, and efficient. There's no malice, just instinct. For the anaconda, this wasn't a struggle. It was dinner. For the capybara, it was the end. We feel very sad for the cappy. Number 6. Man tests a snake and pays for it. Some people never learn until it's too late. In this clip, a man decided to taunt a large python for laughs, handling it carelessly, waving it around like it was a prop. He got right up in its face, making exaggerated gestures, clearly convinced it was harmless. But the python didn't play along. After a few tense moments, it struck with pinpoint accuracy, biting him directly on the head. Blood poured down his face as he staggered back, shocked and in pain. The snake didn't pursue. It didn't need to. The damage was done. Though the python wasn't venomous, the force of the bite and the location made it a serious injury. This wasn't just a bite, it was a consequence. That 1 second of carelessness led to a lesson he won't forget anytime soon. Wild animals aren't toys, and when you push them past their limit, they react the only way they know how, with teeth. Number 5. Snake charmer fail. Snake charming might look graceful and mysterious, but it comes with real risk, and this clip proves it. A seasoned 35-year-old performer was in the middle of his act, calmly working with a king cobra in front of a crowd. Everything looked under control until it wasn't. In a split second, the cobra lunged and sank its fangs into his arm. The charmer collapsed moments later, unconscious from the venom. He was rushed to the hospital, where doctors administered antivenom and put him on life support for 3 full days. He survived, but barely. And after that kind of wake-up call, you'd hope anyone would seriously rethink getting that close to one of the deadliest snakes on Earth for entertainment. Even professionals can't predict a snake's mood. One wrong step or flick of the wrist, and things spiral fast. This incident is a hard lesson. No matter how calm the cobra seems, it's still a cobra, and it doesn't care how many shows you've done. Number 4. Venomous snake attacks little girl in Australia. Well, now this one is just heartbreaking. While doing laundry outside their Queensland home in 2020, a mother and her daughters came dangerously close to tragedy. As they moved through their usual routine, an eastern brown snake emerged near the doorway, fast, aggressive, and highly venomous. One of the daughters, just a child, came within striking distance. The mother reacted instantly, pulling both girls back as the snake lunged toward them. It was a blur of movement and shouting, captured on a security camera. The eastern brown is no idle threat. It's one of the deadliest snakes in Australia, and its venom acts fast. By sheer luck and quick reflexes, the family avoided the worst-case scenario. As the panic died down, their father finally arrived, too late to help but shocked by what had just unfolded. There were no injuries, but the emotional toll was obvious. In a country known for its dangerous wildlife, this was a harsh reminder that even everyday routines can turn life-threatening in a matter of seconds. Number 3. Robert Irwin gets bitten in the face. Carrying on the legacy of Steve Irwin comes with risk, and Robert Irwin knows that firsthand. In 2021, while filming an educational segment with a long python, things took a turn. What started as a calm, familiar interaction ended with the snake snapping at Robert's face. It struck quickly, sinking its teeth just below his eye. The footage captured the moment with brutal clarity. No hesitation, no warning. Robert remained composed, understanding that the bite was defensive, not malicious. The python wasn't venomous, but the damage was real. Blood streamed down his face and the wound required proper medical attention. Robert later explained the situation calmly, using it as a teaching moment. He didn't overreact or panic. He responded with the kind of level-headed professionalism his father was known for. This wasn't a viral stunt or a stage scare, it was part of the job. The incident reinforced the truth that even pro handlers never mess with snakes. Number 2. Giant python gets too close to animal keeper. Well, it's bound to happen. Working around large snakes is never truly safe, no matter how familiar they seem. In a 2019 incident caught on video, an employee at a reptile shelter decided to interact with one of their massive pythons. It looked routine at first, until the snake suddenly struck, biting the handler directly in the chest. The speed of the attack caught everyone off guard. The handler, stunned, but still composed, tried to lift the snake again. That's when it escalated. The python began to coil around him with slow, deliberate pressure, tightening with each second. The calm was gone. What had started as a normal interaction quickly shifted into a physical struggle. Fortunately, the handler managed to untangle himself before it got worse, but the message was clear: snakes don't give warnings twice. Even a non-venomous constrictor can do serious damage if it feels threatened. That encounter didn't end with blood or venom, but it did serve as a sharp reality check about personal space. Never mess with snakes. Number 1. Boa constrictor one sit let go of Dutch woman sits hand. On a Dutch reality show called Real Girls in the Jungle, one challenge went completely sideways when a contestant was asked to put her hand inside a box without knowing what was inside. She didn't hesitate, just reached in. Inside was a boa constrictor, and the moment her hand touched it, the snake clamped down. At first, she tried to stay calm, but it didn't let go. It only tightened its grip. 3 crew members scrambled to help, pulling and prying, but the snake wasn't backing off. The longer it stayed latched on, the worse it looked. It took several minutes and a lot of effort to finally separate the snake from her hand. The whole situation spiraled way beyond what the producers expected. There's always a risk when you turn animals into props for entertainment, and this was a brutal example of what happens when that line gets crossed. The pain was real. The panic was real. The footage is pure chaos and absolutely not staged. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.